So in the previous class, we defined the operating system definition and process management. Okay. In the process management, we discuss about the how your operating system, how OS manage CPU, and this is the one thing. And the second thing is how program execute. So these two things finished. In this class, we are going to deal with memory management. Okay.
Yes, sir.
While discussing about the process execution, we already discussed about how the process move from hard disk to the main memory, and from the main memory to your CPU, execute, and then exit. This is a simplified diagram. So your operating system manage how to allocate a program in your hard disk, how to move the program from the hard disk to the main memory, how to allocate the CPU. That part, this part is known as process management. Okay, how to allocate the CPU. But once the process exit after the execution, this memory allocated to the particular process must be released. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So these things, allocating the memory to the process and releasing that particular memory is the role of operating system, and we discuss this thing in the memory management. Okay. Memory management basically deals with your main memory. Okay. So please remember this thing. Okay. Let me move to the next slide. Okay. So I'm not going in depth with this definition because we already discussed this definition 2 or 3 times. That a program, OS is a program that manages the computer resources and provides some common services to the application program. So CPU we already done, and in correspond to the CPU, the service is known as process management. So these two are interlinked. Now we discuss about the memory and the memory management. Okay. So my common computer resource is memory, and the common service corresponding to the memory is
Memory management.
Memory management. Good. So let me move to the next slide. Okay. So this is the task manager. Okay. If you open your task manager, and go in the memory section. Since we already discussed about this, this comes inside the process management. Okay. So in process management. Okay. So now we are dealing with memory management. So if you click on your memory, open the task manager, go in the performance section, click on memory section, you get this diagram. Okay. So here a lot of things there. First, this, see here, this is the memory size and the type of the memory. So here the memory size is 4.0 gigabit, and this is DDR3 RAM. So in the hardware part, you already learned about what is DDR1, DDR2, DDR3. These are the different standards of the main memory, and the size of this RAM is 4.0 gigabyte. Okay.
Yes.
Good. So this
yeah. Pardon, sir.
This detail given here, 4.0 gigabyte, that is the memory size, and the type of the memory is DDR3. So this one thing. Now let's see here. This part here, from this location up to this location. This is known as memory in use. Okay, we call it memory in use. That is allocated to a particular process. Okay, this is the memory in use. If you So let me zoom here. So this up to this point, this is the memory in use. Okay, and this part, this particularly small part, this part here, between the two bars, is known as the modified memory. Okay, and here this part, this is known as standby memory, and this small part is known as free memory. So let me zoom out. Okay.
Sir, why the modified memory got such a small compartment?
I'm giving you the idea. In the next slide, this is the definition of what is modified memory, what is memory in use, what is free memory, and what is standby memory. Okay.
All right.
Okay. So let me move to the. So please remember this. If you open the task manager and go in the memory section, you get the four things. One part is memory in use. Another one is a modified memory. Third one is a standby memory, and fourth one is a free memory. Okay, and memory in use is just allocated to different processes. It's clear in definition. Free memory means that part of the memory it is free. Now the point is what is modified memory and what is standby memory. So let's move to the next slide. Okay. So now we are going to discuss about in use memory, modified memory, standby memory, and free memory. Okay.
Yes, sir.
What is in use memory? Memory used by processors, drivers, or the operating system is known as in use memory. So the memory allocated to these different processors, drivers is known as in use memory. It's already allocated. Okay. Now, what is modified memory? Memory whose content must be written to disk before it can be used for another purposes. So let me give you the, I'm going to give you the idea what is the meaning of this name. So suppose this is your RAM, okay? And this is your hard disk, okay? Suppose you have a particular file named ram.doc. It's a document file. You want to edit this particular file, okay? You want to edit this particular file. You move, so editing means you have to move to this data inside the RAM. Yes or no? Now you have your data inside your RAM, okay? And you edit here something. In between the two times, you press Control S. You press Control S to save this particular file. Once you press the Control S, the content is saved inside your hard disk. And if you shut down your system in between, if the system is shut down, the data is saved. But if you are writing something and in between power off, your data is not saved in where? Your hard disk. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
So all the content you write here before saving, this comes inside the where this data saved. Whatever you write, suppose you write one name section, name, and then some subject, or so you edited a lot of things here, but you not press the Control plus S. What happened to with this data? This data, particular data, it rests inside your RAM, but not in your hard disk. So if the power off happens, this data can't move to hard disk. So these particular data, which you have to, which must have to be written to the hard disk, comes inside your modified memory. Yes, inside the RAM, but it's come inside the special section, modified memory. So this is the memory whose content must be written to disk before it can be used for any other purposes. Okay, once you write it
Right.
Control F, you can use this particular memory for any other purpose. This is a modified thing. The content of this particular memory is already modified, so it must be written to the disk before you can utilize this part. Okay.
Mhm.
So this is in-use memory and modified memory. Then what is standby memory? Memory that contains cached data and code that is not actively in use is known as the standby memory. Suppose you open, let me give you some example. Suppose you open a browser, okay,
Yes,
Chrome
sir.
browser, and just leave that browser, and you are not doing anything with that browser. Okay, suppose you open the Chrome browser and just put it idle, and you are doing something other thing. So the memory allocated to the Chrome browser is goes as a standby memory. Okay. So if you are not actively using anything, but you put it inside the RAM, just believing that maybe in the future you are going to use that particular data, that data comes inside the standby memory. Okay.
Yes, sir.
And free memory, memory that is currently in use, that is not currently in use, and that is not currently in use, and that will be repurposed first when processors, drivers, or the operating system need more memory, is known as the free memory. Okay. So let's just move to the previous slide and define here. So what is in-use memory? This is actually you are using, you means you or system are using, that is your in-use memory. What is modified memory? A section of memory whose content must be written to disk before allocated to other process. Okay, this thing is known as a modified memory. Okay, what is standby memory? Suppose uh, suppose you are studying about, like I am teaching you the PowerPoint, means Excel. At the same time, Sumit is teaching you the Microsoft Word. So you already know after the Excel, you go to read about the Microsoft Word. So once I finish, so you already know if I am going to take class of Excel, very soon I have to also take a class of Microsoft Word. Yes or no?
Yes.
So, so if you are, so this thing, standby memory means you are a section of memory when you allocated a particular process to the memory, some code also moves with that particular process by just believing that this code may be used in the future. Okay, getting or not? This is just the basic principle of
Yes, if
caching.
there's still waiting.
Yeah, it's just like a caching something. You are like more frequent things must go together. That's the point here. If you like your Chrome browser, okay, if you open the Chrome browser, it's not just a Chrome browser open. A lot of data move to the main memory, but it's just idle. You are not active, so it's just memory allocated to a process, okay, but it's just idle. It is not actively in use. Okay, so that is a standby memory. Means it's allocated to a particular process, but the process is idle. It is a standby memory. Okay, and then the free memory means it's just a free memory. Okay, so if you require some memory, memory is allocated from the free memory. Good. Okay. So this is done. So Now let's move to some other topics. Page file. What is page file? It's a reserved position of hard disk drive. So sometimes what happens? You have 4 gigabyte of RAM, but your program size maybe it's 8 gigabyte or something more. You require more than 4 gigabyte of RAM. So what happens? Some part of your hard disk, okay, some part of hard disk is also used as a main memory, okay, and that is known as a swap memory. Getting the idea or not?
Yeah. So it's since it's a page file as reserved position of the hard disk, that means we even though we hard this we could pull up the hard disk, the reserved portion to still get space in it, or like how exactly you know it
I'm giving it to you. You have your RAM, but the size of the RAM is around 4 GB or 8 GB. If you require some more space, means if your program size is huge, more than 4 gigabyte, some part of the hard disk is used as a swap memory. Okay, I'm giving the idea of what is swap memory. So just stay with this. Page file is reserved position of hard disk drive. So this page file is also known as the swap memory, swap file, or swap partition. Okay, so this is the same thing. Swap file is used as an extension of the main memory or RAM. Okay, page file is also known as swap file or swap partition. Okay, page file is useful when you need to use more memory than you have in your computer, and here more memory means main memory. Okay, so if getting the idea or not?
all right.
If you have 4 GB RAM, but suppose at any point of the time you require 8 gigabyte, so I just use some part of your hard disk, maybe 4 gigabyte, and use it as the extension of your RAM. Okay, I will discuss this swap memory. How this is means you already know the speed of your RAM is much higher in comparison to your disk. Okay, so how this the speed of this particular part is increased, I will tell you in when we discuss about the partition. Okay, partition table and file system. Okay, at that point of the time we discuss how the speed of this particular part is higher in comparison to your hard disk. Although it is hard disk, it is in the same hard disk, but it has some special file system so that its speed is high. Okay, so let's just go in more depth about the swap memory. So committed memory, this is one more term. Committed memory means this is the page file or swap memory, okay, or swap file, swap space, okay, plus main memory. So your extended memory, page file plus main memory, both combined is known as the committed memory. Okay. Mark?
Yes, I hear your thing.
Okay. So memory pool. The memory manager creates the following memory pools that the system used to allocate memory. One is non-paged pool, another one is the paged pool. Okay, non-paged pool and paged pool. Now let's define this, what these two things is. So non-paged pool means data in non-paged pool guaranteed to be reside inside your main memory. Okay, and in page pool consists of data that can be in and out of the main memory. Okay, I think this is the last part. So let's go in more depth. What is the meaning of this? Okay. So you have your, this is your RAM. Okay. This is your RAM. And this is your hard disk. Okay. And inside this hard disk, you allocated this particular part as a swap file. Okay. So this memory, this part, this space, and this space is total known as what? Memory pool? Memory pool? What is the name?
Memory.
Committed memory. Okay. And this
committed memory.
Ah. So I think this particular diagram is no more there. Okay, so I'm just again drawing this particular diagram. This is your RAM space, okay, and it is your hard disk, and you take a particular portion from the hard disk, this and this, both combined is known as committed memory. Okay, or memory pool. Okay. This memory pool is divided into the two parts. One is non-paged and other one is a paged. Okay. Remember, always remember, if it is paged memory, data may or may not be in the RAM. Okay. Because see, this committed memory or memory pool, it consists of both RAM and this particular swap file. Yes or no?
Yes.
So this RAM and this swap file both combinedly make this memory pool. Okay. So if it is paged, if your paged memory means, if it is paged, it may be inside your RAM or it may be inside your swap file. Okay. Yeah. But if it is non-paged, it's guaranteed that this is inside your RAM. Okay. Get the idea?
I think I get it now. Yes, sir.
If it is not clear, let me define again. Your RAM and this is your hard disk. A portion of hard disk that is known as swap file. Both combinedly makes your memory pool. Okay. If it is non-paged, it means data inside your RAM. Okay. If it is paged, it may be inside your RAM or it may be inside your swap file. But it is a memory pool only. Getting the idea? If it is paged, it either in RAM or in swap file, but since both is known as the memory pool, so your memory pool is divided in two parts. One is paged, another one is non-paged. Non-paged means data inside RAM, but paged means either the data in the swap or RAM. One more thing, this data from the RAM is moved to the swap file or from swap file to the RAM. When the data moves to from the swap to the RAM, it is known as in, and when data moves from the swap RAM to swap, it is known as out. Okay. So if it is paged, it means data is either in or out, either inside your RAM or it is out to the RAM in the swap file. If it is non-paged, it is guaranteed that there is no in and out, data is inside your RAM. Okay.
So it's always alternating between the RAM and
so out means data.
File, basically.
Yes, out means data move from RAM to swap file. This operation from RAM to swap file, and in means from swap file to RAM. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so just since a lot of terms here, so please revise this today. In the tomorrow class, we discuss. If you have any questions, please ask me, because there are a lot of terms here, confusing terms like in-use memory, like this in-use memory, modified memory, standby memory, free memory, then page file, okay, committed memory, memory pools, non-page
Sir.
pools, page pools. So a lot of terms, around 8 or 9 terms in this slide. So please remember, go through this slide one more time. And if you have any questions, please ask me tomorrow. Okay?
No problem.
Okay. So we stop here. Okay?
All right, sir.
Okay. Have a good day.
Yes, sir. You too.